nervous tissue. The survival of all animals depends on sensing the environment and responding to it accordingly. To interact with the environment, living organisms have a network of specialized cells, neurons. These cells sense the changes in the surrounding environment and allow messages to be carried from one cell to another so that communication among all body parts is smooth and efficient. Neurons and other supportive cells make the organs of a nervous system. The nervous system of various living organisms varies from a simple network of nerves to a complex, highly specialized kind of system under the control of the brain. A neuron or nerve cell is the structural and functional unit of all types of nervous system. Neurons vary in shapes and sizes, but they all have three parts: the dendrites, an axon, and the cell body. The dendrites are branched out cytoplasmic projections from the cell body. The dendritic tip of the nerve cells receives impulses and sets off a chemical reaction that creates an electrical impulse which is further transmitted to the cell body. The cell body contains a well-defined nucleus surrounded by cytoplasm. It has cell organelles like any other cells. The cell body further transmits the impulse to the axon. Axon, one branch arising out of the cell body, which is very long in comparison to dendrites, is known as axon. A neuron is covered by an insulating sheath called myelin sheath. This fatty sheath is missing at intervals which are called node of Ranvier. The end portion of an axon is divided into many branches. Each branch has swollen tip at its end, which is known as axon bulb. These bulbs store chemicals called neurotransmitter. Axon bulbs are closely placed near the dendrites of another neuron. This junction of two neurons is called synapse, and the space at the synapse separating the two neurons is called synaptic cleft. Types of neurons. Neurons are classified according to their function and shape. There are 3 different types of neurons, each with a slightly different function. Sensory neurons. These neurons bring impulse from the receptors, which can be from any of the 5 sense organs, to the brain or spinal cord. Motor neurons. They carry messages from the brain or spinal cord to the effector organ like muscles or glands. Relay neurons. They are found within central nervous system and convey the messages between various parts of the brain and spinal cord. Their positions usually lie between sensory neuron and motor neuron. nerve. Nerves and neurons may sound similar, but they are two completely separate components of the body. Fiber of multiple neurons serving a similar function wrapped up in a piece of connective tissue is called a nerve. Nerves are also classified as spinal nerves and cranial nerves. Let us find out how neurons communicate with one another and with other tissues to receive and transmit information throughout the body. A nerve impulse. A nerve impulse is an electrical signal that travels along an axon in response to a stimulus. When an impulse reaches the end of first neuron, a neurotransmitter is released. Acetylcholine is the most common neurotransmitter. After they are released in the synaptic cleft of the synapse, these chemicals cross the synaptic gap and start a similar electrical impulse in the next neuron. Finally, the impulse is delivered from neurons to other cells. For example, the muscle cells or glands to elicit the desired action. This is a general scheme of how a nerve impulse travels in the body. The information from the environment is detected at the end of a dendritic tip of a nerve cell and sets off a chemical reaction that creates an electric impulse. This electric impulse travels from the dendrite to cell body and then along the axon to its end and finally reaches to effector, which is usually a group of cells present in a muscle or gland. Nervous system in multicellular animals. The simplest form of nervous systems are found in cnidarians. Hydra is a small, simple freshwater cnidarian. The hydra has a nervous system characterized by a nerve net. A nerve net is a collection of separate but connected neurons. Cnidarians have no organs like brain or groups of nerve cells like ganglion. Neurons are connected by synapses. Communication between neurons can be in both the directions at the synapse within a nerve net. Planaria is a non-parasitic freshwater worm. The nervous system of Planaria consists of a simple brain from which two nerve cords extend the length of the body. Nervous system of this organism has paired structures. The nervous system of the flatworm has a nerve net, but these are connected by long nerve cords. Cerebral ganglia are equivalent to brain present in higher organisms. The nervous system of planarians resembles a ladder. It has two nerve cords with ganglia at the anterior end. Nervous system in multicellular animals. The earthworm has a simple yet sensitive nervous system. The nervous system of the earthworm is segmented just like its body. The nervous system typically consists of a brain in the form of a ganglionic mass located in the head region. It is connected by a ring of nerves to a ventral nerve cord that runs the length of the body. The ventral nerve cord gives rise to lateral nerves and ganglia in each segment. Earthworms have touch, light, and chemical receptors all along the entire body surface. Nervous system in multicellular animals. Sea sponges are sedentary organisms that attach themselves to the sea bed. They are the only multicellular animals without a nervous system. They do not have any type of nerve cells or sensory cells. However, touch or pressure from the outside will cause a local contraction in the body of the sponge. Nervous system in multicellular animals. The nervous system of an insect can be divided into a brain and a ventral nerve cord. The nervous system of a cockroach consists of a series of fused, segmentally arranged ganglia joined by paired longitudinal connectives on the ventral side. 3 ganglia lie in the thorax and 6 in the abdomen. The nervous system of cockroach is spread throughout the body. Total, there are 9 ganglia along its length. The brain exerts overall control in the animal. Nervous system in vertebrates. Vertebrates have a highly advanced nervous system. This is the reason that they exhibit complex behaviors. The nervous system of vertebrate animals is often divided into central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The parts of the central nervous system, the brain and spinal cord, remain very well protected. Brain in the skull and spinal cord in the vertebral column. Birds have a similar basic plan to the nervous system as the rest of the vertebrates. The central nervous system is made up of a brain, a spinal cord, and nerves. A bird's brain is different from a mammalian brain, as the complex folds found in the cerebral cortex of mammals are missing in a bird's brain. Birds are highly visual animals. Sense of smell and taste are poorly developed, whereas sense of touch, hearing and vision are very well developed.